My name is Melanie. I'm one of the founding members of CDI, the Centre for Democratizing Information. At the Centre, we relook and redesign traditional research to be more appropriate to understand the realities of underdeveloped areas, as the vision of CDI is to address information shortages that hamper the development of underdeveloped areas. Now, what we basically found is that very little research budget in general is spent on underdeveloped markets, and most of the research budgets in the world is actually spent on very developed markets where we understand the markets very, very well. But as soon as people live lower in economic pyramids, there seems to be a case that people think they know what poor people want, and they do not engage in dialogues and extensive research on people that actually makes the largest populations in the world. So what we started doing is we started looking at methodologies that could address that, because in traditional research the cost would just be too high to do that. So we started to screen and train unemployed people that live in communities to start working as an information network. The people gather information continuously from their own communities under very strict quality control. This information is analyzed, and through the information we are able to paint contextual pictures of the realities that people live in these areas. This assists governments with policy and program design. It helps civil society in terms of their own program design and better understanding the people that make up part of the development programs. But also the information is extensively used by corporate players for appropriate product and service design. In the program, the big driving force is to create a dialogue between underdeveloped communities and the stakeholders that affect their development, and in that way create participation in it, where people are not seen as mere recipients of aid programs, but are seen as true empowered participants of their own development in that. As part of the research program, we use structured research, where we use a lot of contextual research approaches as well as the capabilities approach to understand how people use resources in order to design and decide on different possible futures. But we also make use of citizen journalism, where people volunteer information to us and we see what people want to tell us. Because what we understand more and more is that when we look at development challenges, it's often, we can't even say that we struggle with the answer. What we actually struggle with is that we don't know what the question is. And the more we become fascinated with the lives people live, the better we can understand what people need, and therefore design products and programs and services that fits the realities that people are living, and therefore can be more successful at addressing underdevelopment. We hope that you can become part of the quest, partly in terms of helping us to always refine the methodology, always look with new eyes at the process and see how we can do it better, and see if we can have a world where information also has higher levels of equity in it than what we are currently seeing. Thank you for your time.